She used to be an actress.
Oh, really? Did she do anything out of scene?
I think her biggest deal was she starred in a pilot.
Pilot? What's a pilot?
Well, you know the shows on TV?
I don't watch TV.
Yeah, but you are aware that there's an invention called television, and on this invention they show shows, right?
Yeah.
Well, the way they pick TV shows is they make one show. That show's called a pilot. Then they show that one show to the people who pick shows, and on the strength of that one show, they decide if they want to make more shows. Some get chosen and become television programs. Some don't, become nothing. She started one of the ones that became nothing.
Welcome, all my friends, to the podcast known as Couch Pilots. My name is Jason. I dare to fly every week into the unknown territory of the awful television pilots of the past. You can call me, I don't know.
Bismarcky.
Yeah, you can call me Bismarcky, and with me is my twin sister, Captain Philip Restisher. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing great. We're having a good time. I love flying in the summertime. There's no ice. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of times we spend way too much time having this plane de-iced.
Yeah, DSJ, our tarmac worker, DSJ de-icer, is out there on the runway making sure that there's no ice because that really hinders flight. That's what I learned in school anyway.
Do you like the band Hinder?
No, that's
my favorite band.
What? God damn it!
Hinder's like, would you say it's like new rock or new metal?
I would say it's soft metal.
It sucks, right?
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
I feel like you're gonna say something. You're gonna like you wanted to lead into the show doing something specific.
Well, I do have a present. We have a special guest here.
Let's start with the guest.
Go ahead and introduce her.
She's back, making a triumphant return. Very rarely do we have someone, like sometimes we'll have back-to-back episodes just because someone was here.
Right.
But in this case, she's coming back very quickly. This is my sister. Her name is Sarah. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Let me go ahead and do it. Ready?
Please.
Sarah.
Oh, yeah!
Your time is a good time for goodbye. Love me like you never even loved me before. Hurt me. No one could ever hurt me more. Thank you very much, Sarah. It's a pleasure to have you back. You're one of our favorite guests.
Is she?
Huh?
She's one of the favorite.
It's a lie. It's all right.
Top 25?
You're one of our top 25 whisperers.
Yay.
And no, you were on not too long ago. It hasn't been a while.
No, it's been like 2 months maybe.
Sure, which is not bad for us. You swooped in. You saved the day.
Mm-hmm.
The Elam family has a baby, just a newborn baby that they have to put to bed early.
Boy, you're awful.
Huh?
You're awful.
I'm awful. But no, it's a pleasure to have you back on.
Thank you. A pleasure to be here.
Has your husband listened to the episodes that you've been on?
He has not.
Okay, that's great.
He has almost no interest.
We could use a download. Well, I got a special something to commemorate you being on the show.
Okay.
Yeah, you're teasing it before we started recording here. I'm excited to find out what this is.
I'm a little nervous.
I'm gonna be really disappointed if it's a gun. It's not a gun.
Nope, it's not a gun. It's the Iron Spike Brewery Company in Galesburg, Illinois. It's the Dead Man's Double. This is a bomber. I was just there yesterday.
Did you eat anything?
Yes, we ate.
What'd you get?
I got chicken strips from the kids menu, and Molly.
God damn it!
And Molly got some mushroom fries or something.
Big tub of ranch.
What's that cap look like?
It's just all black.
Dumb.
So
All black anything is dumb.
hey, now come on. So I want us to share this.
What's the occasion? Why did you go down to Iron Spike, and why did you choose to split a bomber with us?
Because I like you guys. You guys are my friends.
Very good.
I was recently in Moline, Illinois for the weekend and went to numerous breweries. Could you let me get mine first before you shove your goddamn cup in my face.
Fucking booze
Ladies
hound.
first. Haven't you heard?
No, not my.
Everyone's talking about it. Haven't you heard? Hey, why were you up in Moline?
We were taking we have a plant trip every year.
Oh, what?
Just our plant.
Oh, for where you work, because you
yeah.
work at a plant.
The fab plant goes, and we went to Moline, and there's a bunch of breweries there. My boss pays for 2 nights at we stayed at a Stony Creek. It was a beautiful hotel.
Sure. Regional chain.
He had a happy hour. He had a meeting where he gave away a bunch of prizes.
Did you get a prize?
I got 2 prizes.
Tell me about them.
I got a new Coleman cooler,
My prize.
and I got a new DeWalt double toolbox.
Oh, that's cool.
Those are
And
nice.
I
I like
also
DeWalt.
I got a DeWalt knife too.
A DeWalt knife?
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
and I got $50 too.
Holy shit.
So
You guys hiring?
Nice.
yeah, right.
My hire.
My hire. But no, we were on our way home. Me and Molly had nothing to come home to. No kid.
Because your dog died.
My dog died. We had no kid because he was at his dad's,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, let's take our time.
I'm gonna say some weird stuff. You might not like it. You made a choice to destroy the animal, right?
Be careful.
No, but you did, right? You thought it was in the animal's best interest, right? And what you have now, you have Rory's ashes, right?
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
I had a box a custom painted box for her,
Okay. Okay. Oh, I have a line of questioning for.
and I also have a shadow box that has 2 of her collars and her tennis ball in it.
So what are you gonna do with the box? Are you gonna release the ashes somewhere? Are you gonna keep it?
No, I had that specially made, and that box is going to be next to my bed.
Would you ever, for any reason, ingest those ashes?
No. That's weird.
It is very bizarre, and I
Sure.
would be
How bizarre?
shocked if OMC style. Yeah. How about this? Was it ever on the table? Obviously, the animal is ashes now, but was it ever on the table to have Rory taxidermied?
No, not at all. I couldn't afford it. I would if I could afford it.
What do you mean? What's wrong with me?
Do you know how much it costs to have your dog cremated?
I recently I purchased 2 taxidermy ducks, which now have a home on my wall, and so I can tell you, I bought those for $25 a piece. I imagine it's a lot more expensive to have it actually done. Did you look into it at all or not?
No, I don't. Why would you want to? I know people that have had their pets taxidermy.
I've never had it done, and I don't know the answer.
I do know that,
Okay.
and it's creepy. I don't want to see her every day. I want
Yeah.
to just know she's there. There's a big difference.
Okay.
So originally, I thought to myself, self, because that's how I refer to myself.
Okay.
Sarah is myself. I said, I own a home. I've never owned a home. I'm going to bury her in the backyard.
Bury just the ashes. Or
No, bury the dog.
Okay.
Okay, at one time it was a 70-pound, 80-pound dog. And no, not going to bury it. It's just not going to happen. Because then I worried about something digging it up, and it was bizarre. My grandmother, at her home, she had 7 different animals buried in their backyard. And I buried one of them, and it was a cat, and it took me like all day. And I was like, I'm not doing that.
Do you just throw the carcass into the ground? Do you wrap it in a shroud?
Well,
Do you have a coffin?
My grandfather built coffins for the dogs.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, no, he was a carpenter, and my grandma was a lady.
Okay.
And do you not get that reference?
I don't know the song. I imagine it's a song though.
But for me, it was Carrie Ann's cat, so I dug a hole and I buried it in the bag, and
Oh, you put that one in a bag.
Baba Booey, yeah. So, but I didn't want to do that. I didn't feel comfortable doing that. I knew it would be a lot of work, and we have sand here in Pekin as opposed to dirt, and I just was not happy with that.
Okay.
So I chose to have her cremated. You have 2 choices. You can have her cremated with a bunch of other dogs for one price, or you can have her cremated by herself for another price.
So you elected it by yourself. What if you had it destroyed with burnt with a bunch of other animals? Does everyone line up for like a handful of ash at the end?
No.
I don't know how this shit works.
They have 8 bags. They scoop until they fill 8 bags.
Oh, really?
Really?
So you will get a bag of ash, whether or not it's entirely your animal is
That's
anyone's
correct.
Okay.
guess.
That's correct.
Okay.
See, you were mocking me, Sarah.
Well, that's not the route I took with my dog.
I'm glad you brought up your dog because while I did like Rory, I didn't like Rory licking me, but I did like Rory. No other dog on this planet have I ever liked, and I've been more affected by the death of your dog, Marley, than I've been affected by a lot of humans' deaths. I'm not joking you. I'm not kidding. I love that dog.
Aw, yeah, he was a good boy.
So what did you do with Marley's remains?
Well, now I feel kind of unkind, but
Because you had him stuffed?
no, we didn't stuff them. We didn't keep the ashes or anything. We just said you can dispose of them with.
Looking back, would you have rather kept the ashes?
I don't think so. Like, what I care about is just the memories and pictures of them.
Makes complete sense.
So they just flushed them, probably.
I'm guessing they flushed them. Maybe they snorted them, like you're talking about breathing them in.
Well, I was just saying consuming. It doesn't have to be snorting.
Oh.
That's a
That's
look
right,
into your
my
personal
mind.
life.
But I'm also getting a keychain that has a tube, and where you can put some of the ashes in there, and then I'm doing that too. Sarah, I'm a big fucking douchebag. All right, this dog has been through hell and back with me, and so you know what I mean. And you know what? It's probably. I grew up with animals being either buried in your yard that you owned, or
Snorting
or cremating them and having them on display. That's the only way I've grown up.
Yeah.
And so
No, I get it. I
Yeah.
totally get it.
This-
Displayed in like a little urn or something, or what?
yeah, my mom has a very expensive urn for one of her dogs, and she has three. She has 3 urns in her living room.
What are you gonna do with your body when you die? What have you elected?
I have elected to be cremated, but I don't want anybody like having my ashes in a container. I want. Hey, how you doing, sir?
What was that? Are you hitting on my sister in front of me?
She was hitting on me.
Motherfucker!
What did you say?
Motherfucker!
Oh, you should say it slower. It sounded a lot different. For me, when I die, I want to be cremated. I want to be my ashes to be spread around Hank Williams' grave in Montgomery, Alabama.
Okay.
And I'm going to write in my will that you have to go do that. So that's cool.
Me?
Yeah.
Fuck. What about would you want your ashes mixed in with Rory's ashes and have something done with them?
You know what? To be honest with you,
Please. This is a great forum to be honest.
So when my grandmother died, she had 2 dogs that she had cremated, and they won't let you legally. They will not.
My sister thinks this is hilarious. By the way.
No, I think you're making things really awkward.
Last year, I went to Virginia's funeral, and I was a pallbearer, and you were obviously very upset.
Sure.
You were upset, and I felt a great heaviness about me. And here we are, a scant 6-8 months later,
Sure.
and here my own flesh and blood, my sister is laughing.
Sure. Right. No, yeah. She's heartless. It's fine.
It's
did not
awful.
know she passed away.
Unbelievable.
To be your sibling, she has to be. But so legally in the state of Illinois, you can't put ashes of an animal in the casket
Bestiality.
That's
in
strange.
the casket with a dead human being.
Who gives a fuck?
I know.
I'm not
weird.
disputing. I'm just telling
No,
you
I
the
know.
facts.
I'm just saying. Like, why? Who cares?
Could you have lied and be like, it says...
Here's what happened is, we discussed. Well, I didn't. My asshole dad discussed with the funeral home. Said, hey,
Asshole less dad, right? He doesn't have an asshole
oh, that's
problem.
true. Dickhead. Because I'm assuming he still has a penis.
Let's call him and find out.
No, let's not. And we explained to him that these 2 dogs, ashes, are very important to her. And he said, you can't do that legally in the state of Illinois. But if I'm not in the room...
Can't do it.
If I'm not in the room, I don't see what happens.
Turn my head.
Yeah.
Anything goes.
So I think that's what most funeral homes would probably do. So...
I think
So-
it's weird that there's laws against that. Like,
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
Right? But,
Who really
probably
gives
in
a shit?
Illinois right now, you could fuck a turkey and it would be okay. But you can't do that. So, yeah.
Have you been to visit Virginia at all?
No.
Do you see the point in it?
No, I very much see the
You do?
point.
Okay.
I very much see the point, and it needs to be done. Probably because there's underlying issues still, and I think that will help that. But
Do you feel like she went to the grave with issues between the two of you?
very much so. Very much so. She told my father not to tell me and my brother when she died. My father said that to me.
A secret death? You'd find out in the newspaper.
Well, yeah, but she specifically said that she didn't want us to.
She wasn't all there at the
No,
end.
no,
Right?
and that's to me that's
Yeah.
This is a great episode. I'm glad we have some Iron Spike Brewery Dead Man's Double.
We could talk about our Down syndrome tarmac worker if you want. It's up to you.
Sarah, how have you been? How has being on the show changed your life? That's probably
Oh, good
that's a
question.
Good question.
Your kids look up to you.
Yeah.
Your husband finds you more attractive.
Yep. All those things.
Your mother loves you more. Oh, by the way, we're kind of brother and sister because your mom was on here not too long ago.
She just told me that today.
And she said to me, I said, "Can I call you mom?" And she says, "Yes, I can." And I said, "I love you, mom." And she said, "I love you back." So,
Hate it.
so, your mom is an amazing woman. I don't ever think different. I'm sure I don't know her like you guys do, but to me, she's awesome.
She's not your mom.
She's a good lady.
She's my mom.
She is a good-hearted lady.
Yeah, she is.
She's a good-hearted lady. Unfortunately, Jason's her son.
I don't like that. Did you have fun being on last time? Obviously,
Yeah.
you're doing it again.
Yeah, I talked about it every day, and everybody at work was like, "I want to come on. I want to."
And she's like, I was
That's
away
fine,
from my
I guess.
kids for 2 hours. It was great.
Oh yeah. So you worked at a school,
Yes.
But are
so
you-
summer is a whole new meaning right now.
but you're not going back, are you?
I hope to go back. Yeah.
Really? I thought because you work at a school where you work with someone who has like a pretty severe case of autism, but I thought you were like so like frustrated and like not necessarily with that person, but like just with the situation that you were not going back.
I don't know. It's kind of a tough subject to talk about, I guess. But it was a lot to learn because I came from a job I'd worked at for 11 years, doing special events and coordinating events, and then I complete change and went to a school.
It's a total change.
So not only learning the job of working in a school and being a teacher's aide, but also learning a child with autism.
But there was a point where you're
yeah.
like, I'm not going back.
Yeah, it was pretty stressful at times.
Not because of the kid, but more so the
it was just
atmosphere.
I don't know. It's hard to say. It was just a lot of learning and
But you are going to go back and work in the same role.
not the same role. I'll be a teacher's aide, but probably not the same exact role.
Last week we were talking about whether or not AIDS was real, but you're going to go back as a teacher's aide.
Yeah, I'm an aide of a teacher.
Is that different from what I was talking about last week?
No, it's the same.
Okay.
Definitely the same. I mean, you color. I mean, basically, you color and you pick up poop.
Is that what teachers' aides do? They pick up human feces?
Yeah.
That's my job.
Wow.
You're
a brave woman. You're doing the Lord's work. No.
Your mom's proud of you and me, not him.
Huh?
No, but I definitely because our mom,
Right.
She's just my mom.
What?
Our
Mother,
Not your mom, Blake.
You know, she was a special ed
my
teacher
mom.
for 25 years. And it really, like, I knew it was tough, but then being there made me, like, have a whole new, like, respect. And really, I was like, how did you do that with 4 kids?
You know how fucked up mom is now, right?
Well, I just thought, now I know why you cried a lot.
And by a lot, she means every day.
Because of Jason.
Yeah.
Oh.
My mom wakes up every morning. She just looks straight to God Almighty in heaven and says, "Give me a reason to cry. I dare you." And she does. She
I think
finds a way
that's
every day.
probably why your mom is a God-fearing woman, because that's the only thing that's kept her from killing all of
Her children?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, don't you think you'd be mad at God though if every day you went into your work, which is a school, and there were kids who are mentally handicapped, and you're like, why would Christ Almighty in heaven allow this?
Do you want me to answer that?
I would love it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
She has been brainwashed to think that horrible things happen, but not because of God.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
What does that mean?
I feel
Here we go. This is
this is not good.
I some good shit here. Sarah, are you listening?
This is getting serious.
No,
Yeah.
I'm going to skip it.
What?
Skip it.
I said it was good.
Huh?
So
No, your mom is a wonderful
just real-
woman,
just real
and
quick.
the reason why she does it is because she believes that there's going to be a better day, no matter what.
You mean in heaven, the
if
streets of gold?
No, I'm just saying tomorrow is going to be a better day. If she works as hard as she can to
Yeah.
help whoever she can, there's going to be a better day for everybody. Not just her, because she would be selfish if it was just for her. She thinks it's going to be a better day tomorrow, every day.
But it's not going to be a better day.
It's fucking not.
You know what she did?
There was a fucking earthquake in Cleveland, for Christ's sake, today. There's no way that this world
Was anyone hurt?
this world is going to plummet into itself pretty soon.
Implosion. So my mom retired, and then a year later, she starts working at a home for the elderly.
Your mom is a giving person.
She's going to be canonized as a living saint.
She has done it all her life, and she had probably like 4 or 5, 6 months where she didn't do it, and so she got this job because she can't not help. She can't not help people, which is great. I wish there was more people like your mom, but unfortunately, there's not.
I cancel out my mom. I think because I take so much from people.
Oh, you suck! You suck the life
She's
out
got
of
to
people.
work extra for people. For
just
like
to bring
Jason.
us back to zero.
She's like, I have 4 kids. They're all horrible. I have to do 6 times as much work.
Just 3 are terrible. Like,
Oh.
I'm fine.
What?
I apologize.
Hey,
sir.
do you have any fan
I
feedback?
miscounted. Yes, I do have some fan feedback.
We have
You know what? To be honest with you, I wish this would last all night long. To be honest with you,
Sarah, we have people who listen, who elect to listen to this show. They choose to listen to this program week after week, and then some of those fans, as they're called, fans is short for fanatic,
Okay.
and they feed us back. And this is some of that. My sister looks at me like I'm a goddamn retard.
I was just gonna ask how many of these fans do you have?
Like 8, and 3 of them are bots. And it's short for robot.
Oh.
oh,
you.
So today, back on episode 3 of season 19, Meet the O'Briens.
Yeah, I remember that. That was with your wife, right?
Yeah,
My wife.
my wife.
Your wife.
Dee Dee says in all caps and 4 exclamation points, "Molly, stop yelling!" And I wrote ha 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 ha, and Dee Dee says, "We have a vegan meat-eating shark down under."
Is that right?
You talked about
We called Petco, and
Thank you.
and because I told him I had I want to make my dog a vegan.
right.
Remember when Molly was on and we kept playing all the sound effects and she had to like mimic them?
Do it. Awesome!
This is from Chris Tuckley.
I like that guy.
Personally, to his page, I said, "Congrats on the birth today. I'm sure your country is very proud." Or did I already do this one? I already did this
I don't know.
one.
Maybe is the baby?
Yeah, baby Archie. And he said,
Short for Archibald.
"Given your intimate knowledge of the royals' family secrets, I bet you knew about the arrival before anyone else."
He's a royal watcher.
Because I am convinced that Princess Diana was killed by the royal family.
It all ties in.
I did do this one. He will be rewatching. Will you be rewatching the Grand Knockout?
Oh, you
tournament?
definitely did say that already.
So fuck me.
Would you say that you have one job?
Oh, by the way, so this really isn't fan feedback, but see this lady, this sexy lady here in the pants.
Okay, yeah.
She's my favorite bowler in the whole. Like,
Is she gay?
no,
Don't you think like ladies who bowl and softball ladies are gay ladies?
no, she's this lady.
All
is.
right, fine.
Badass.
Not
Badass
gay.
ladies.
I don't care if they're gay or not. I'm just saying the stereotype is that softball ladies.
She's my
and bowlers.
favorite women's professional bowler.
Does she have a nickname?
I have one, but I can't say it. And the lady that is that runs the pro shop for the pro shop that I go to, does all the work.
Yeah.
She got her autograph. It says, "Blake, I love you to the moon and back," and it has her autograph.
You got an autograph from your favorite lady bowler?
And I have a picture of her signing it.
Is that the
wow.
lady who is? Does she have short hair?
Yeah,
You hear what he does there?
yeah.
It's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
part 30 years of smoking.
Here it is.
Okay.
Part being
So
turned
here-
on by
Yeah.
short hair.
Here's her actually signing the autograph, so it's
A
authentic.
woman that can pull hair off like that, though, that's like pink. She's like pink, pretty much.
Yeah.
And at times she does change the color of it, but yeah, no, it's up. It's kind of like what was that cartoon with the guy with the blonde hair that was?
Johnny Bravo.
It's Johnny Bravo, but as a woman, and maybe not so.
I thought Johnny Bravo was hot the way he was, but
Yeah.
now you're saying a lady version.
Yeah, so
Johnny Bravo was busty, wasn't he? He was all chest.
Yeah, those cool shades.
Hell yeah, he did.
that's the way I like my women, all chest and shades.
Chest and Shades.
Hey, guys, let's cheers to Chest and
Cheers
Shades.
to Chest and Shades. Am I right, guys? Touch it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captains have turned on
Drink
the
that slow,
fastest
Sarah. It will hit the fuck out of you.
Oh, boy.
It's 8.5, by the way.
Okay. I
Good.
might just fall over when I stand up then.
Sarah, last time you were on, we were talking in depth about your dumb chickens and all the eggs and stuff, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
In fact, when I re-listened to the episode, I like fast forward past that because I was like, "Oh my god, that's so stupid."
Why is it stupid?
I don't know.
We were talking about your chickens and how you harvest the eggs every day, right?
Yeah.
And you're still doing that, I imagine.
Yeah.
And you, how many? Would you say that you eat 2 or 3 eggs a day?
I go through spurts. Well, yeah, I'll like eat them every day. Not 2 or 3. I'm not Gaston.
From Disney's Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, he's the best character.
Be our guest. Be our guest.
Let me ask you this: at the end of the day, was Gaston actually the Beast?
No. My son was.
You're right. He's not.
Yeah.
That's a very simple answer. Of course, he was not. The big hairy guy was the Beast.
And
Yes.
my son played the Beast recently in
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, yeah. And how many eggs did he have during the performance?
75.
Good God Almighty!
And I was like, don't Gaston that shit.
Well, how many eggs do you say you have like go to waste?
I don't waste any of them. I give them away to like my neighbor and.
But what if you could make money off of them?
I mean, I could, but
How
it
many
wouldn't be very
chickens
much.
how many hens do you have?
I have 9.
How many roosters do you have?
0.
Let's.
They
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
you have
Here we go.
9 lady chickens.
Yeah.
And they produce eggs without
Yeah.
any kind of rooster. Mm-hmm. Are you fucking kidding me?
Is your mind blown right now? Everybody always acts surprised. They lay an egg regardless if they're.
They're gay.
Yeah, if there's.
They're gay chickens.
No, they're just
So
not
eat each other-
fertilized.
they just eat each other out all night?
No, they scissor the lesbian chickens scissor each other until completion and produce an egg every day.
How does the egg not break then? With all that,
They scissor first.
all that, no,
Scissor
but
first,
all that,
questions later.
all that hard scissoring would make that egg break.
No,
How would
the
that
eggs
work
are.
with
It's a
chicken?
soft membrane that hardens it later.
Is it insane?
Insane and soft membrane.
Anything.
Let's
Oh, wait,
call.
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
So you're telling me that
Yeah.
you have no roosters?
No
Be
roosters.
honest. Be honest with them.
Okay, I may have one. One little
Lie
rooster.
to you.
No.
Its name is Funrique. That's crazy.
It's not crazy. They produce egg no matter what, but they're not gonna ever turn into baby chicks. But
Well, I don't
some
want them to
people-
because I want
right.
to eat them.
Well, like so, if they are, you have so much time before they start turning into a baby. You know,
The eggs or the hens?
the eggs.
Oh.
So if you have if you have a rooster, so you can still eat the eggs even if you have a rooster, but they're not fertilized. We eat unfertilized eggs. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Fucking,
Okay.
Fucking vegans.
But they're like.
Well, that's what drives me nuts. Is like vegans won't. Yeah, they won't eat eggs.
But
'Cause
yeah, there's
the
no
chick-
sperm in it.
Right. Well, no, it just they're gonna produce them no matter what. Like
Right.
they're
Vegan-
just gonna go to waste.
Vegans hate hot loads. Is that right?
Every vegan I've ever met.
I would say that you are raising cage-free chickens.
Are they
Yeah.
cage free? So they're roaming all over your yard?
No, they're in a large cage, but they do roam sometimes.
Yeah,
They're cage free because they're in a large cage.
Well, they're just not in like a tiny little. Yeah.
Sure. Like mass produced ones.
Right.
I think we
right.
should call a grocery store and see if we can sell them my sister's excess eggs.
That's great.
What
Let's
do you
do
think?
it.
You think? You think
Kill
so,
it.
Sarah?
Kill it.
Just leave me out of it.
All right, we'll call Lindy's real quick.
No, not Lindy's. I love that place. Sure. Don't say my name. They know me.
I know you.
As the egg lady.
No, it just.
Let's see if they answer the phone over at Lindy's. They're open till 9. Did you know that?
Lindy's, how can I help you?
Hi, I was wondering if you have your egg specialist on duty.
What'd you need to know?
I live in Washington, actually just outside the Washington Township, and I have 9 chickens that live cage-free and they eat organically. And I didn't know if I don't use all the eggs. I didn't know if I could bring some of the eggs in once a week and sell them to you. If you guys would do anything like that.
Well, we do sell local eggs.
I would love to be a part of that. Yeah.
Do you have packaging, like correct packaging for them though?
Yeah. What do you consider correct packaging? I guess.
Well, I mean, like they have to be. I can't think of the word, but I mean, it has to be mandated by the state, or at least I think by the local county.
Is that something like the Washington Board of Trustees has to look after it?
Honestly, I don't know. I have a guy that comes in from East Peoria, and I mean, he's got like an official, a carton with all the information on it.
I'll admit that's local, but you want something more local than that, don't you? You're in Washington. You want like Washington eggs.
Right. Actually, if you call back in the morning, the owner will be here, and he would be the one to ultimately make that decision anyway.
Is that Mr. Lindy?
Yeah, that would be Jim Lindsley.
Say it again?
Jim Lindsley.
Lindsley, but the place is Lindy's. But his name is Lindsley?
Right. Yes, his father's nickname was Lindy.
Oh, boy, I've lived in Washington for a long time. I had no idea. Okay. So is there like you said that I need to be approved by like an egg council?
Well, I believe that's how the packaging works. Like, I don't think you can just throw them in something and, sell them to anybody for retail sales. But like I said, if you call back and talk to Jim, he'll know exactly what you need to do and let you know if he's interested.
All right. He'll be there in the morning?
He should be, yes.
Great. Thank you very much for your help. Have a good night.
Yep, you too.
Thanks. Bye. All right. Well,
I'm glad you didn't end that with "I love you."
You did well. You always do well. Egg or no egg.
Well, there you go. I think you have a good lead on getting rid of your extra eggs, Sarah.
So, okay.
Thank you.
Can I ask you a question about your eggs?
Egg council.
That's what did it for me.
Oh God, my
Okay.
tears in my eyes.
With tears in my eyes, dear, I begged you to stay. You wouldn't forgive me, so you went away. I'll stop. On average,
Okay.
per month, what are your costs for these chickens? Chicken.
Well,
They take vitamins?
no, I just feed them layer food.
What does that mean?
You just lay down there and let them pick off your skin?
layer.
I do like
I just layer them down.
like grain body shots.
It's for birds to help them lay. Idiot.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I've got no chickens, and I'm an idiot.
No, what would you say?
No, a bag of food I think is like $10. I might buy maybe 2 a month.
And how much does that cost? Like $400 or $500 a bag?
Exactly.
That's right. That's way overpaying for eggs.
Way overpaid.
Didn't I just say $10?
What is your yearly cost to maintain these chickens?
Be honest.
That's hard to tell. I've never calculated it. Okay. So if we did like the most two bags a month. Which would
Okay.
be $20. 20 times 12. That's
24.
Right.
Okay, so
$240.
they have a house.
Yeah.
The house probably costs maybe $400 from the start.
And you have to scrape chicken shit every day, right?
Chicken
No, I don't.
shit.
I
Let me
only
see your
go out-
fingernails. Oh, fucking sick.
I thought that was nail polish.
She's got shit under her nails.
And my toenails. They're very
You're scraping chicken shit with your feet.
like
you
Mr. Ed.
gotta be like the chickens. You gotta peck and you scratch.
Is it true that if you
walk among them.
like if a
Helps
chicken
them lay better.
if you lay with them, if like one of your chicken gets out of the coop, you grab a hold of them, you grab them by the legs and you turn them upside down.
Yeah, that's what you said last time.
And you haven't tried it?
And
No.
you said they go to sleep, right?
Well,
Yeah.
they're
Or they play dead.
incapacitated.
They-
You know, I just pick them up and just kind of tuck them under my arm if I need to. You just
They
hang out.
ever scratch at you or peck at you?
They'll peck at me if like if they see something on my shoe, like a color, they think it's food. They'll peck
It's
at
not
it.
chicken.
If they see poop in my toenail,
They'll pick out the chicken shit from under your toenails.
That's my baby.
Oh, God. Today we discussed the pilot episode of the Ginger Rogers Show from the year of our Lord, 1961. Ha, great year.
Great year, 1961. I was the ripe old age of a -14.
Yeah, and I was -20. Sarah?
-22.
Ooh, very
Nice.
good.
Oh, she knew that.
Well, she knows our age difference. And
Did
then,
she prep it?
I can do fast math.
Okay, let's test her. Blake, give her a fast math problem.
11 times 14 divided by 2.
Oh, shit.
I know it.
Hold
Okay,
on.
go ahead.
Hold on, I know what it is. 121 plus 33 is 154. Divided by what?
2.
154 divided by 2 is 76.
77. It was really close.
Shit.
Really close. I knew it. I knew it. I just didn't.
Damn it. Damn it. She knew it. God.
I'm good at math.
She said she was good at math. Proving it. God damn it. All right, you win this round. 1961. My God Almighty! What a great. You know what I love? What I've been doing lately? I just got a new couch. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
I love M's.
What did you do with the other couch?
I still have it, oddly enough.
Where?
That's exactly right.
I know. I was just thinking the same
all right,
thing.
all right. My house is tiny as fuck. I get it.
Your garage? You can put your garage.
Don't patronize. Don't look at me like that. Fucking you.
Man cave.
9 chick. How many goddamn ducks do you have?
Talking about ginger.
You are, see, you're
Ginger
ashamed.
Edgar.
You're ashamed. That's fine. I love
Live ducks?
mid-century modern. You ever hear that fucking shit?
Yep. Mid-century.
Yeah. So
We really need a shirt that says Couch Pilots Podcast, that fucking shit.
why would you ever in your life have a shirt that says
Because you say it every episode.
that? I love saying. I love cursing.
I know.
But I just got an awesome couch that's from like the 60s. It's in perfect condition. And it's like mid-century. That's kind of what this is, 1961. The height of mid-century modern, right?
Yeah.
I love it. But it's not 1961 right now.
No, it's 2019.
Great year.
So what? Great year.
Fucking shit.
So we're going to look at this podcast. I mean, wait for it.
Are you drunk?
No.
This Dead Man Double is 8% alcohol.
8.5.
0.5.
0.5. No, we are looking at this pilot not in the year 2019, but in the year 1961.
We have to.
There's a big difference between 1961 and 2019.
Like 100 years difference.
Yes. 60?
Yes.
60?
Yes.
60? Some?
So to think about our pilot in terms of the year it was made, we have to go back there in our minds. And to do so, we talk about things that happened in 1961. July 2nd, amidst 5 New York Yankee homers versus Washington, Roger Maris hits his 29th and 30th en route to his 61 home run for the season.
Do you remember that, Sarah, when Roger Maris hit that home run?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yep.
It was awesome.
You like that?
Yep.
The biggest dynasty
I had
ever.
3 channels. It was on the 3rd channel.
Yeah.
I was sitting with my 2 ducks and 9 chickens here watching Yankee baseball.
You got the Central Broadcasting Company, or station, rather, CBS. You got-
WNBC.
Yeah, what does that stand for?
The National Broadcasting Company.
And then ABC.
American Broadcasting Company.
Absolutely, that's exactly right. July
See, I'm not drunk. Ooh, excuse me.
July 7th, James R. Hoffa elected chairman of the Teamsters.
Jimmy Hoffa, right?
Where do you think they put his body? Sarah?
And they burned it.
They burnt? Are you sure they didn't stuff it?
Put it in an urn. It's on my...
Put it in a tube?
I don't
They've
know.
never found Jimmy Hoffa's body.
Oh.
No, remember that, was it like in the 80s? Geraldo Rivera?
No, that was Al Capone.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Very
and
good.
they dug out that whole basement and they dug into it and all they found was like an old Coke can.
Yeah, wow, you're good.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
What do you think that Geraldo Rivera's mustache was the envy of the country?
I think Al Pacino's body was underneath his mustache. When he
Al
walked,
Pacino is alive to this day.
no, he's dead, but his dead body is underneath.
Al Pacino?
That's what you said. You did.
You did say Al Pacino.
What a fucking idiot!
You mean Al Capone? It's not the Capone machine. It's the pachinko machine. Oh, he's done. He's checked out. you are drunk.
I've embarrassed myself.
I
apologize.
Jimmy.
Sarah, I apologize.
Say it
Fine.
again.
I apologize.
You know when he says it like that, he's sincere. A Teamster is what? It's like a union for what?
Sure.
Though?
Any type of union. Like there's like, don't. Your sister looks over and be like, I can't wait for him to fuck this up.
No, I'm always just interested.
You better apologize to my sister.
Why?
I apologize.
I apologize. Teamster is a term given to a union member.
But like when I think about union members, I usually think about the mafia and a lot of like
No.
baseball bats to the knees and
No, those are not teams. Those are not union members. Those are just fucking gangsters.
But okay, all right.
So my grandfather was a union steward.
Oh God.
For Caterpillar for a long time.
He was in the mafia.
He was.
Your grandfather was part of the mafioso, the La Cosa Nostra, our thing, if you will.
Sure. Okay.
That's fine. He probably has a treasure buried somewhere.
Ooh. Can't wait to find it.
That didn't sound genuine at all.
Grandma didn't know where it was.
July 31st, Israel welcomes its 1 millionth immigrant. For a country that's so small and seemingly everyone in the
small country, immigrants
stand
come
for you. Sing it. I love that song.
You messed it up.
Go ahead.
No, it's too late.
If everyone wants to wipe Israel off the map,
Why does everybody keep going there?
why would they have 1 million immigrants? It would be like you're marching to your own death.
And that was in 61.
Why do people want to wipe Israel off the map, Sarah?
Because of religion.
It's Israel versus what? The Palestinians, right?
The world.
The Palestinians.
I don't know.
Peace in the Middle East. Will we see peace in the Middle East in our time, Blake?
No.
Absolutely not.
Do you guys know the new
There's
Lord's
never
Prayer?
been peace.
Supposedly, the Lord's Prayer has changed. Do you guys know the new one?
What? Who changed it?
The Pope?
The Pope changed?
Yeah.
Is it to include LBGQT?
I just heard that the Pope changed the Lord's Prayer.
to what? Do you know?
I didn't research it that much.
Oh, well, thank you for bringing it to the table then. I wish we knew what the Lord's... What was it before? Our Father...
Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Yeah.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Give
Give us this day our daily bread.
And
Forget the trespassers because they're fucking idiots. And
Trespass
I'll
against
trespass
One
against
nation
them.
under God,
Indivisible. Invisible.
with
liberty and justice for all. Amen.
Amen. There's so the Pope changed the Lord's Prayer. Is that right?
Yeah.
I'd be curious to
Somewhere he
find
put LBGT something in it.
He better.
You gotta include them, man.
Yeah.
You can't not include them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is it Pride Month or Pride Week?
It's Pride Month.
Okay.
June is Pride Month.
How are you showing your pride? I'm not
Does-
pride.
Come on, let's not make jokes about it.
I'm not.
Same way I'm accepting of all people. That to me, I show my pride every month of the year because I don't care.
You live every month like it's Pride Month.
Sure, I don't. Yeah.
Okay. I don't. I hate gay people, and I only show my pride once a month. Or once.
What's a month?
One-
Only on the Thirsty Thursday.
The Ides of a particular month. Yeah, with that homophobic slur, I think we are safely and securely back in 1961.
I'm there. Sarah? Sarah?
I'm in 61.
Sarah, why did we choose to watch the Ginger Rogers show?
There's 3 reasons.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what are they?
Well, one, it's free.
That's good.
Okay. All right.
Another reason why is because it only had 1 episode.
Nice.
And I'm drawing a blank. I know there's another reason.
Yeah, there's 3.
I know, I said that. I can watch it on YouTube.
You know what? I'm going to give it to her because, yes, I have never seen a guest. I have never seen a guest be so confident when you were like, "There's 3 reasons." She's like, "Fuck yeah, there is."
Tapered off a little bit, but came in hot, right? Sure. So, where can you
Hot
find...
like she got 9 chickens. That was funny. Sir, you laughed, right?
I laugh at everything.
She's drunk, Blake. Of course she's going to laugh. Of course she'll laugh when she's drunk. Where can you find the entire episode of The Ginger Rogers Show? Well, you can do so by subscribing to Couch Pilots in SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or go to YouTube. Sarah?
Did YouTube or something? I don't know.
Do-do-do. Do-de-do-do-do.
A da.
Wasn't the name of the band Da Da?
I think so.
Da Da Da.
Quiet plane tonight.
Well, DSJ put those mufflers in.
Oh, that's right. Oh, by the way, so I went and got the plane fixed.
Yeah.
I got a new water pump in, and I got 2 new wheel bearings on the plane.
Right.
I flew it home. Check engine light came on.
God, son of a bitch bastard.
Always happens.
Cadillac converter. You got $1,000? I don't have $1,000.
You have a Cadillac converter?
The plane has 2 of them. There's a primary and a
I
secondary.
thought those were like outdated things.
No, the secondary Cadillac converter is bad. So,
Oh, man.
But the flex capacitor is okay, right?
well, if you have the right stone in it.
Hold on, what? Well, I don't.
I'm
seen
ruining things.
You ever seen Lord of the Rings?
Boy, I really don't understand planes, it turns out. Summary of the pilot. Ginger Rogers plays identical twin sisters, one a fashion designer and one a magazine writer. In the pilot, Rogers is one sister posing as the other to discover why an Italian playboy jilted her.
B plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're really hard up to give out A's. You know that?
No,
AIDS.
come on, man.
Come on, man. That's how AIDS started, by the way.
Thanks. That's called a serve.
And I just spiked it home.
Very softly spiked it home.
So thank you, Sarah. You worked in the school district now for a year, and we rate the summary of the pilot using a scale that you would have in school. What do you think of that summary? You saw the show.
Yeah, I agree with Blake.
The B?
Yeah.
You didn't know that's what you had totally checked out. You had no idea he gave it a B, did you?
He said B plus.
Okay, all right.
Me and my sister are.
My sister.
We're twins.
I'm sorry.
Interesting facts.
Okay.
Each other's minds.
Please welcome to Interesting Facts. Jason and myself have scoured the internet to find interesting facts about this pilot, and I'm going to present mine first. Don't taint my experience. Listen up.
Why do you have interesting?
Excuse me,
facts?
Paul. Hey, just keep quiet. Interesting facts about Ginger Rogers. Does anybody know where Ginger Rogers died? Rancho Maria, California. Do you know where Ginger Rogers is? Do you know where Ginger Rogers is from? America. It says America. Hey,
What the fuck are you doing?
why did Ginger Rogers die?
Is this a joke?
Congestive heart failure. Turn it down. I'm trying to talk. Hey, where did Ginger Rogers go to school? Central High School in Fort Worth, Texas. Oh, I'm not done. I got 3. How tall was Ginger Rogers? 5'4.5"
Why are these being posed as questions? We've never done it that way.
Oh, wait. Hey, cue up my sound effect. Ready? No. What was Ginger Rogers' occupation? Actress, dancer, and singer.
Nice.
Okay. Are you okay with this? What was Ginger Rogers' body shape? Slim. What was Ginger Rogers' middle name? Catherine.
These are good. Fascinating.
These are great jokes.
They're not jokes, they're interesting facts. What color was Ginger Rogers' eyes? Blue. What instruments does Ginger Rogers play? I didn't get vocals. Oh, yeah.
How many more pages do you have? He doesn't look healthy, does he?
Looks like he's having a hard time.
Hey, Sarah. You don't know what hard times are, Dad.
What was Ginger Rogers' nickname?
Gigi.
Feathers.
The next guess.
What was Ginger Rogers' body measurements? 34, 24, 34. Yeah. Thank you very much. Who was Ginger Rogers' mother? Leah Owens. What religion was Ginger Rogers?
Why are these all questions? Just tell us the answers.
Christian Science. Which I'm curious if that's the same thing as Scientology. Where was Ginger Rogers born? Independence, Missouri. When did Ginger Rogers die? April 25th, 1995. This was kind of funny. Oh, do you want to hear this or not?
Yeah.
It actually says this. Ginger Rogers' friends: Lucille Ball, Ann Miller, Francis D., Peter Van Bottlebob, Jesse Matthews, Mark Sandwich, and a bunch of other people. I got two more. What was Ginger Rogers' ethnicity?
Can't do it.
She was white. When did Ginger Rogers die? April 25th, 1995. And finally, what was Ginger Rogers' favorite food? Ice cream soda.
Ooh.
Wow. I feel like that's a lot of
Beat that,
facts.
bitch.
Well,
It's interesting for sure.
Thank you.
Well,
You're not supposed to say
can't
that.
say that. I feel like we went over that pretty thoroughly at the top of the segment.
You're not supposed to say that, sir.
Sorry.
That was a lot of facts about Ginger Rogers. Put that away. What about we should have facts about the pilot.
Well, it's your job.
Why did you do that? What lit a fire under you to go out and search Ginger Rogers facts?
No, I didn't. I searched interesting facts about Ginger Rogers.
Did you put that into Bing?
Yeah, I did. Damn right I did.
Bing that shit?
I Bing that shit.
Oh, boy.
You're welcome.
Yeah, let's start the intro music to Interesting Facts.
No, you have...
You don't know what hard times are, Daddy.
All right, this actually has to do with the pilot. A second pilot attempt at a show for Ginger Rogers. Fact.
Right. Fact. You can't dispute that. Don't put it in the form of a question.
Stars Ginger Rogers as
Can
a
you do the rest of these in a form of a question?
Absolutely not. We've never done it that way. I don't know why you decided to do it that way.
It was helpful.
Oh, you like it when he did that. Don't encourage him.
They all have question marks. Sorry.
Hold on a
I
second.
read it the way it was supposed to look.
Hold on a second. No. You printed up multiple pages, and I think maybe was it stapled?
You're damn right it's
And
stapled.
there's a picture of Ginger Rogers, and you put no, it's not a swastika because the swastika goes the other way. You put a faux swastika on
I
her
put
head.
a blastica.
No. That's like a Native American sign for peace. Why did you draw that on her head?
And a little stash.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Hey, thanks for noticing the stash.
Ooh, yeah.
That's not the right way?
That's how they should have done the
No,
pilot.
the swastika goes the other way. That is like I think that's like maybe like a peace symbol for.
How does Jason know so well?
I've read.
What's the difference?
I read from Mein Kampf every night. I don't know.
What's the difference, really?
It's the same thing.
It's
Thank
not
you,
the same.
Sarah.
One is a symbol for the eradication of an entire ethnicity, where
The other one's for
is,
rain.
it's to summon participation. Booze. Stars Ginger Rogers as Elizabeth and Margaret Harcourt. She's known as an American actress, dancer, and singer. She's known for her starring role in Kitty Foyle from 1941, but is best remembered for performing in RKO's musical films, partnered with Fred Astaire on stage, radio, and television throughout much of the 20th century.
Good partnership. Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers.
Walking on air. Also stars Charles Ruggles as Eli Harcourt, known for his many guest-starring television roles in the Beverly Hillbillies, Bewitched, and The Andy Griffith Show, to name a few.
Okay.
Fact. The Ginger Rogers Show is also known as A Love Affair Just for Three and was produced at 20th Century Fox. Fact.
So it had a different name, they just didn't use it, but it was known as... Okay.
That's correct. Very good. Written by Sidney Sheldon, who would successfully reuse the idea of the identical twins for the Patty Duke Show and as a continuing storyline on I Dream of Jeannie.
I don't remember
Fact.
I Dream of Jeannie, there being twins.
There must have been at some point. I don't remember.
Twins!
Originally submitted to CBS for its 1961/1962 schedule, the pilot ended up on Vacation Playhouse in the summer of 1963, perhaps a CBS Summer Playhouse precursor. Fact.
Sure. What's funny about that?
Nothing funny about
Nothing
that
at all.
A final interesting
Don't
fact.
look down. It's fine. I don't have my hand raised. Don't look down.
Get the business side of that. Ginger designed her own wardrobe for this pilot. Fact. Interesting facts over.
Nice.
Twitter responses.
Twitter responses. I wonder if Jason has some Twitter responses.
I definitely don't because they're all dead. I was gonna play a commercial for The Office.
Why?
Because Sarah loves The Office. What show? What other shows do you love?
Shows do you love?
Currently, like I'm watching Game of Thrones and
Yeah,
The Handmaid's
Utopia.
Tale.
Have you ever heard of that one?
not gonna play that.
No, not until you guys talked about it.
Did you go back and watch them?
Should I go back and watch them? Is that what you're asking?
No. That would be a suggestion. I'm
Yes,
saying,
go back.
did you?
No.
Okay, so that's a question. Such as.
Well, let's just listen to a little something from tonight's sponsor, I guess.
Now, a couple episodes ago,
Epiglottis.
yeah, you had commented how you like the peanut butter Twix better than a regular Twix.
But that was for Kit Kat, so that's a different candy bar altogether. But yes, you're correct.
Okay,
It's a chocolate wafer.
just making sure.
Have you tried the bite size? Pretty good.
I think it's just the same except smaller.
I know, but there's like more chocolate, I think.
What's your favorite candy bar, Blake?
Three Musketeers.
Really? Is it because are you a nougat guy?
No, I just don't like a lot of chocolate, and to me, Three Musketeers gives me just enough chocolate and then other stuff in my mouth.
What's that other stuff in your mouth?
Nougat. I'm a nougat guy.
You love that nougat? Sarah, favorite candy bar?
Does the Hershey bar count?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just straight chocolate.
Yeah.
Just stop. Let's stop fucking around with the peanuts and the caramel.
Like heroin straight into the vein. She likes a Hershey bar.
Let's get down to brass tacks. Get that chocolate in my body, right? See, I like Kit Kats. And Kit Kat does have the most catchy jingle of all time, right?
Sure.
Like concerning candy bars.
Is there any other good jingles for
what's
candy bars?
what's Snickers? Just Snickers satisfies. Right. What about whatchamacallit? We played that commercial. That was a good one.
Yeah, and then the almond.
Ooh, Almond Joy has nuts. Mounds.
Yeah.
That's pretty catchy. Ooh, those are the top 2 contenders right there. Whatever. All right, well, let's break down the pilot for the Ginger Rogers show. We only have 10 minutes to do
Don't press play.
I won't.
Sarah, you know the rules, right? You have 10 minutes.
Right.
You have no notes whatsoever.
Last time we set a precedent last time by what was it, the Mr. and Mrs. Smith you were on, and we both had watched different versions of it. But this time we're all on the same page.
There's a lot of mixed emotions about that episode.
People care?
There are some people that said that was genius.
Yes.
And both groups did a great job of concentrating. Some people... Oh, no. We were concentrating.
All right.
And it was difficult.
It was difficult, yeah.
Right.
I am in the camp that it was genius.
Yes, and there were some people that said I wanted to shoot myself in the head.
Well, those people can jump in front of a fucking bus, as far as I'm concerned.
Bob said it was. He said, "Why would you do that?"
I thought Bob didn't listen.
Well, I told him about it after I got home.
Well, he'd have to listen to understand the genius.
Right, he can't just base his opinion
That's true.
off of the
Right.
story
How dare
that you
he.
told.
Absolutely not.
How dare
But Sarah, you only have 10 minutes.
Okay.
We watched the same link this time.
We did.
I believe so.
As long as Jason sent us the right one.
I did. Thank you. Let's go ahead and start the clock right now, Captain.
There's orchestra music, just like in the 60s. Every show started with orchestra music, and there's strings, and there's these panels that are coming. They have make
Like
no
hanging panels.
Haney panel.
Haney paney. Hey, my baby does the haney paney.
And they don't make any sense. They have nothing to do with anything. And then finally, there's 2 that flip to the same direction, and it's a drawing of herself. And then it goes into the live shot of herself in the same position, one on each side.
Yeah, you got her sitting
standing
down like
sexy,
yeah,
and then her writing stuff down.
And it's all black and white, we should say, too.
Yeah.
Duh.
So first you have a woman exiting an airplane. This is Ginger Rogers. And apparently it's Margaret. And she's back from Europe from writing a book. She was there for 6 months. And it's found that her sister Liz has fallen in love.
Yeah, and Uncle Eli is the one that picked her up. And he is telling her about the fact that she fell in love. And Margaret's like, oh my God, is that even possible?
He's tall, dark, and handsome. He captured her heart. And then she is a clothing designer, the woman who fell in love.
Sure.
Liz.
Is it her twin sister? I mean, they
Twin
look like
sister,
twins, but
twin
then she said
sister.
something about older sister later. But maybe just because
They said that she's older by 18 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay,
18 minutes.
okay.
Yeah.
Because twins don't come out at the same time, Sarah. I don't.
Can you imagine the damage
It's
that would do?
impossible. One comes out the butt.
They come out at the same time, one out the butt. One the front butt, one the back butt.
If you have triplets, it's 2 in the pink and 1 in the stink.
Good Lord, my man. Holy crow. So the next scene, you got Liz, presumably, and she's like packing her bag.
She's crying. She takes this picture of Juan Valdez and she slams it on the corner of the nightstand because that's the guy that she's in love with. And come to find out, he tells her to
Fudge off.
And finally, Margaret and Liz are in the same shot. And this is when you start to get a really big headache. There are cut shots like you wouldn't believe.
This is probably a very early example of having one
you.
person play
Yes.
two
Thank
parts.
you.
And I feel like I remember watching like Back to the Future, and they were trying to do like fun camera shots back then with similar stuff. It's very similar. The technology I don't feel like changed for like 30 or 40 years, and they're using the same kind of tricks and techniques.
Yeah.
So they have both of them on the same screen, and then when they're talking to each other, they switch back and forth.
A shot of someone else's head,
and then sometimes they have the back of someone's head.
Right.
There's also this is right about the time where Uncle Eli says that Liz is too gay, ex-gay, and is being gay.
Yep, I love that part.
Did he really say gay that many times?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I totally missed that.
Yeah.
He said it's okay if she wants to be gay.
Right. Yeah. He did say that. That
Was he meaning homosexual?
no. He
Absolutely
meant
not.
he was being happy.
Okay. Well, I did not. I really feel like if someone was hammering it home gay 3 times, I would have caught that.
But
I
yeah,
did not
it
get
says
it.
she's acting too gay. She's acting gay, too gay, and then being gay,
It's okay to be gay.
which it is. But I was just
Well, and they're in San Francisco, so
sure. I was taken aback by it, and I wonder if there was like a closet gay writer that just got that in there where like he was like wink, wink, wink. It had to be right because it didn't make it didn't make sense for them to say it. It had no context whatsoever before or after.
They really, he was pushing it out there multiple times.
Eli and
gays don't like that when you push it out there multiple times.
I don't know the answer to that. Eli and Margaret do show up at Liz's place, and Margaret immediately knows that something is up with Liz.
Sure, she's like, she's acting weird.
Intuition.
Yeah.
And Liz is like, hey, I'm leaving. I'm going to a cottage in Tahoe. And Margaret's like, hey, I want to go there. And she's like,
right. I came here to go there.
Yeah.
And she's like, Liz is like, why don't you just stay here in my apartment? And because they both wanted to use it at the same time. Anyway, Liz definitely insists on taking it. And then her sister's like, fine, I'll stay here in your place. That's fine. Next scene, Margaret shows up at her uncle's place. And she's upset about Mario. He's the Italian guy.
Mario.
It's a me. Liz was broken up by him, and it's really pissed off Margaret.
Yeah, so Uncle Eli is like, oh yeah, he's a player. Like, so when he goes and picks her up from the airport, he's describing how much
fucking get it together.
How much Liz is in love with him and everything. Mm-hmm. Never says a bad word about him. And then all of a sudden they break up, and he's like, oh yeah, he's a player. He leaves every woman.
Was this guy have an accent? He said a lot of,
Margaret wants to punish Mario for playing with ladies, and now specifically her sister. She says she wants to pretend to be Liz, build him up, like really capture his attention, only to tear him down.
Right. And what woman doesn't want to do that anyway?
A woman scorned, right? Anyway, Margaret's super pissed, and she's ready to invest a lot of her time into this project.
For sure. What I also like about these shows is when they're smoking on camera.
Yeah.
Like they're smoking in a restaurant. You could not find any place in the United States nowadays you could smoke in a restaurant.
You love that.
And one of my favorite parts is later on, I want to get this in, but later on there's a dinner party and Mario is talking to Uncle Eli and he's smoking. He just flicks his ash on the floor. I was like,
they don't give a fuck.
How fucking cool is that?
You love smoking on camera. It's so you hardly see it anymore.
No, it's cool. To me, it really looks cool and suave.
Smoking is cool. We all know that. Anyway, Margaret is at a restaurant posing as Liz to meet Mario, and then Eli shows up unexpectedly, and she's like, "Hey, I got a plan for this guy. I figured him out. I've asked around about him, and now I know how to get him."
Right. I know those weak points.
Yeah. Anyway, he arrives, and both are there. Everyone is always dressed to the nines.
Oh, that's back in the day. That's what happened.
You didn't go out unless you had a suit and tie on.
Sure.
Anyway, she asked Mario there to say goodbye to him, so she gives him a gift, and she gives him an antique, which is one of his weaknesses.
And the antique reminded me of you. Like if a girl liked you a lot and you had dumped her, and she gave you an antique, you'd be like, "Oh, this."
What kind of antique do you think I'd like?
I know exactly what you would like. You would like some kind of old medical apparatus.
All right, that's pretty good. You're right. You're right. He's absolutely right.
I can't wait till we break up. I'm going to buy you something.
You know what? I at Goodwill just the other day, I got a vintage first aid kit. Like it's a metal box. Yeah. And I put all my first aid shit in there, and I put it in my bathroom. It looks fucking awesome.
Yeah. I know you.
Anyway.
I know you better than you know yourself because I'm your brother.
What?
Because your mom loves me more.
Let's see. So they're at dinner. Or they're at lunch, and he says, "Hey, have dinner with me."
Oh,
and he's like, "Well, I've got a previous engagement." She's playing on his jealousy and the fact that he does not like it when girls. He doesn't like it when girls fall for him. He likes it when they play hard to get.
Sure, and Sarah, is this not like in real life? I mean, girls don't want you to just be like, "Oh yes," and go with the flow. They want that kind of pushback. They want the
game, the chase.
They love playing games.
When a guy plays a game with you, you're going to be more attracted to him. The guy just goes, "Okay."
Did your husband Bob play games with you?
Yeah, he spelled his name backwards.
Dodd. The next scene, Uncle suspects that it seems like Margaret. She's like, "I think you're. Hey, be careful." I feel like almost like she's falling for him, right?
It was weird.
He kind of hints that she might be getting it, and Uncle Eli gets Margaret an invite to a party because they know Mario will be at.
And Mario is wanting her to go to Acapulco and go on this dinner, and she's saying no, I got stuff, and he's very he's subtly aggressive about it.
I think he's pretty blatantly aggressive.
Okay, well I didn't know But he's aggressive in the fact that no is not the answer you're going to get.
Right.
He's a rich guy who's never worked a day in his life. Ladies don't tell him no. When he's got that money going around, he expects everyone to do what he wants them to do. Anyway, Margaret has a very handsome friend, and keep in mind that she's pretending to be Liz this whole time.
Yeah, his name is Garden McKay, and he's an actor.
Very handsome, and he that's another weakness. He doesn't like handsome guys around. He wants to be the most handsome guy in the room, which is not hard to do. And Captain Philip Rescher is here.
You guys are so nice to each other.
I've got a plan.
Hey.
I'm going to tell you about my plan later. Yeah.
That's the way brothers do each other.
That's how we do each
It's
other.
either that or in the butt. One of the two.
So she's got this guy to make Mario jealous, and then Mario tries to join him at the dinner table, and she's like, "No, we some other people are joining us. I'm sorry."
Right.
So she keeps pushing him
Yeah,
away.
he gets pissed and more pissed, and he wants her more and more.
This is what I notice. I mean, you had some great facts earlier, Captain. I must say, she was born in like 1911, I think, and this came out in like 61, something like that. This is when I say Ginger Rogers may be a little old to be playing this part.
Could be.
Don't you feel that way? Like she's a little
She was
too
born
old.
July 16th, 1911.
1911. Did I call it right? She seems too old to be playing these kind of games. She's 50 years old here.
Thank God it's over because I want the listeners to go back and watch this.
Yeah. Well, we definitely have a little ways to go.
A lot more go.
But the time is up, so we got to continue. So let's move on to Turbulence.
Please remain seated as we are now crossing a zone of turbulence.
Captain, why didn't this show work?
I think there's a lot of reasons why this didn't work. Unfortunately, we didn't get to the ending, which was a huge deal.
Do it real quick. 30 seconds. Knock it out.
So I went to go turn it off because I thought it was over. The credits rolled, and I went to go turn it off, and then Ginger Rogers comes in, and she's like, "Hey, I'm going to explain what this is all about and what we're going to do forward." That has never happened in any of the pilots.
The closest thing we had was when What's Going On with Mike Mitchell. And at the end, he was almost begging FX to pick up the show.
Right, but this,
right?
I don't. To me, it was.
I'm sorry to interrupt. The one other one, the game show, Pass the Line or Draw the Line, where they drew. Remember at the end, they're like, "Hey, if you pick up our show, you could make pencils with our information."
Right.
Remember
Yeah.
that
No. Yeah. But this one was like talking to the viewers.
Yeah, you're
it's
right.
like, "Hey, this is what you can expect. This is what we're going for." What was wrong with it?
I am one person.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
you saw two of me. Yeah. I'm only one person.
It was probably very expensive because the editing was involved, and you had to shoot everything like twice.
There was a lot of different locations.
Yeah,
too.
but just not even locations. Like
Just the camera trickery.
You have to film Ginger Rogers being Liz and do a whole scene, and then with the editing, you have to film Ginger Rogers being Margaret.
Charles Ruggles, Eli the uncle. Did you notice him like in some of the scenes how he was looking at one,
right,
and then when she was done talking before the other one talked, he would turn to the other, like just trying to get the timing down.
For sure. And at first, to me, that was the only thing at first that I was like, this is what's wrong with this.
Yeah.
But at the end of it, when she explains what's going to be happening, that's when I was like, oh, you just completely ruined this for anybody. Like, it's going to fall apart. She's like, well, not every episode are you going to see both of them.
Right.
Liz is a fun and adventurous, and you're going to see comedy and blah, blah, blah. And then when Margaret's on, you're going to see... And I was like, this is going way too, And that's when that's when I was like, you made this... You should not have said anything.
Yeah.
Because that's... I was like, oh, you're... I also was like, $signs.
Yeah.
And then people either going to tune into a show because it's a drama or a comedy. Like when you go and you watch Friends, you're expecting a comedy for the most part. And when you go watch Doogie Howser, you're expecting a drama. But when you watch Ginger Rogers every
Modern
week,
references.
when you watch Ginger Rogers every week, you don't know what's going to happen. No.
Sarah, why didn't this work?
Oh, I feel like the storyline was not good. Like it just wrapped it up so fast, and I thought there was gonna be some kind of suspense, and there really wasn't. You know, when he said, "Come to this party," you know.
He said, "Come to this party."
I know.
Like,
then I thought, oh, there's a twist. You know, no, there was no twist.
Well, the twist was that they both ended up at the party.
I know, but I thought he was gonna
You thought
capture her or
you
something.
thought he had
take her
a
to
twin brother
Acapulco.
named Luigi?
wish. No, I I didn't know what was gonna happen. That's where my mind goes from like shows today.
Sure.
But it just wasn't exciting at all.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yourself, sir?
Oops, I already hit the button.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full
I don't know.
position.
You essentially have two characters on the show. You have Ginger Rogers playing two characters, and then you have the uncle, and that's it. Is Mario going to be in every episode? I don't feel like he would
No,
be.
he
not at
wasn't.
all. No.
Maybe maybe lacking some characters.
No,
Yeah.
Liz is going to go and meet people and have a little comedy fun. And then Margaret is going to be, she's a writer and she travels, so she's going to have suspense and drama.
There wasn't a laugh track, was there? Or was there?
There was.
There was a laugh
There was,
track.
but it was not heavy. It was not on the heavy side.
Yeah, I don't know.
I did like Uncle Eli.
I did too.
I wrote the high five. Let's all three of us high five. 1, 2, 3. Uncle Eli is the best thing about this show.
I agree. This is kind of like last week. There was no scores, no critic reviews, no viewer reviews. No one's talking about this show.
And that's why you picked it, probably, huh?
No, not at all. But like, yeah, I picked it because of the requirements, Blake, and I think that you know that.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah,
Really? Sure.
she knew them all too. Ginger
But
Rogers.
can you repeat any of the facts I gave about Ginger Rogers? No, you can't.
She has a backwards swastika.
She's got a very prevalent tattoo on her forehead. I know the name Ginger Rogers when someone says it to me, but I couldn't tell you what she did. Did you know that you knew she was often partnered with Fred
Sure.
Astaire?
No, yeah.
I didn't know that, sir. Did you know anything about Ginger? Did you know the name though?
I didn't.
I felt like I knew the name. She's like old school Hollywood, but I couldn't tell you one film that she was in. I couldn't tell you anyone like Fred Astaire that she was partnered up with. I think maybe, I don't know if it's a testament to that. Maybe they weren't playing to her strengths. If she's a singer and a dancer, I didn't see any singer, any dancing. We've run into this before where we've said this person known for this thing is not being utilized in that way in this pilot. Maybe this show.
But we've also watched ones where, these 3 sisters are famous singers.
The Andrews sisters.
And so we're going to have them sing the whole time.
That didn't go very well either. But that was almost like there was a narrative there, which we're saying, stop fucking around and let's just make a variety show,
Sure.
right? Bring Fred Astaire on once a season. They do some tap dancing. Maybe there is a little comedy sketch. But I don't know. Maybe this wasn't the right vehicle for her. I don't know. Who's to say? But no one's talking about it, I'll tell you that much. No one's even coughing about it.
I was sneezing. That's a difference. That was a sneeze.
Welcome to FC.
Oh, I was talking about something else.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
no,
Oh, you were sneezing. I said coughing. I see where you meant.
Sure.
That was something else.
Usually we repeat each other's sandwiches.
That's right. Oh boy, 1 to 7 is the scale. Do you want to talk about the scale today?
It has been a while since we discussed the scale. Let's go through the scale. Number 1 being the worst, Roy Biggins, and this is all characters from Wings.
Wings is arguably the greatest television show that was ever.
In my
created.
opinion, there's not much that's better.
Right.
There's only one show that's better,
and it actually is Wings again. Oddly enough,
no, it's the show that we came up with a premise for a podcast.
Right.
I presented it to you, and you said, "No way, I'm doing that."
So absolutely not. You can go straight to hell.
Yep, and it was the Golden Girls. So this is the second most.
Well, you know what? In my defense,
We would have already been done. Just so you know, if we would have did Golden Girls, we would have already been done.
Oh God!
You would not have to be here.
I made a grave error, not unlike the grave that 3 of the 4 Golden Girls are in right now.
R.I.P.
I wonder, do you think they were stuffed?
Absolutely.
Estelle Getty had
Frozen.
to have been stuffed, right?
Frozen.
Frozen 2.
Do you want to
see
build a
that.
snow Golden Girl? That's Frozen 2.
Fine.
And number 1 being Brian Haggett.
Nope. You said number 1. It's Roy Biggins.
Right. And then number 7 being the best, Brian Haggett. We should have went through all of them, but at this point,
It's too late.
yeah.
There's no way we're doing
It's
that.
much too late for
Dipped
goodbyes.
into the Golden Girls and ruined it.
Sarah, how do you rate the Ginger Rogers show?
It was not good. We're gonna go with 3.
3. Okay.
That's maybe being generous.
That's generous. do you care to elaborate at all, or is that it?
That's it.
That's it. All right.
Wow.
A lady of few words. Captain Philip Russisher, I turn to you. How do you rate the Ginger Rogers show?
Ginger Rogers was in her 50s,
Yeah.
40s, early 50s.
49, 50.
Yeah. She was still a smoke show.
She was.
Still a smoke
beautiful
show.
woman.
For sure. I always love a good smoke show. They call me the fireman.
Because you're drawn to fires?
He's putting out smoke.
Putting out old flames. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough, right?
No, it's not tough at all.
It's not tough.
Ginger Rogers, I forgot to say this about the bad part of it. Ginger Rogers was famous enough where she could have been her own person on the show. We kind of talked about it,
Like played herself? Or
Sure,
what?
played
Okay.
herself,
Okay.
or only, they kind of overdid it here. I liked this. Ginger Rogers was adorable. I thought for the time, 1961, they did a good job with the split screen and stuff for the most part. There was no line. I mean, I saw the line, where it was, but it was, and it took a lot of editing, mostly back in that day. They didn't have that technology. I loved Uncle Eli. He was awesome. He hit every mark possible. If there was a laugh track, it would all be him at the end of talking. I'm giving it a 5.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Captain's right on this one. I agree with him. I give it a 5 as well. Eli was great. I did not think that the story was bad. I think Ginger was maybe, like I said, a little past her prime, a little too old to be playing this particular part. But it's an interesting idea to have two different characters played by the same person. And there is a freedom in announcing from the very beginning, we don't have to incorporate both sisters in every show.
Because they couldn't afford to do that. They couldn't.
There's probably, that's probably part
that
of
was
it.
a huge part of it.
There are stories here to be told. Ginger Rogers may or may not be the right person to do it. Like I said, I don't want to drive it home too much, but I think she was a little too old for this. I think she was probably 10, 15 years past where she should have been a woman in this kind of situation. They said the guy was 35, right? The Italian guy?
But would you have boned her? If you?
That's neither here nor
No,
there.
I'm asking you.
Like deboner, like a fish?
Yeah. I mean, nobody wants to choke, right? I'll write this number down. 121.
I will go ahead and give it a 5 as well as you. My sister gives it a 3. And with that, we close the book on the Ginger Rogers Show, and we will never speak of it again.
Ever.
But join us next time, won't you please, when we watch the pilot episode of 1775. Here's a little something to wet your whistle. In 1775 Philadelphia, an innkeeper wants his daughters to marry well, but he needs money for an upcoming debutante ball. You can find the entire episode of 1775 by subscribing to Couch Pilots on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or go to YouTube. Sarah?
YouTube. The YouTube. I don't know what it's supposed to be.
Can I ask a question?
What?
The YouTube.
This was a year before the revolution.
Correct.
And you said, can you read the description one more time?
You know what? Nothing would make me happier. In 1775 Philadelphia, an innkeeper wants his daughters to marry well, but needs money for an upcoming debutante ball.
We have already watched this.
Okay.
I believe we've already watched it.
Absolutely not. But go ahead. What do you remember?
It was a barkeep who had 2 daughters. Oh, what is that called?
Hit me. What else happened in it? You gotta pull this from memory.
No, I can't.
There's no way we watch this. I have I
have a spreadsheet. I don't understand.
I have the spreadsheet, and sadly enough, I have a fairly good memory concerning one-off pilots.
There was
There
was a barkeep who had daughters, and one of them or was going to get married or something. I mean, it might not be the same thing, but
That's fine. We can look through.
so
I have
crazy.
everything right here. We can look it up.
This was back like when we did the space one.
Oh, you talking about Star?
It was like that, but it was based in like
We'll look at
revolutionary.
We'll look at it.
It doesn't matter.
Next week.
Nobody's gonna lose a fucking sleep over it, except me.
How do you contact the show?
Couchpilotspodcast.com. That's your one-stop shop. Jason invented that saying.
Yeah, did you know that I invented that saying?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted you to acknowledge it.
One of the things about that website is if you go and subscribe to us on YouTube, not YouTube, iTunes, they don't have every episode anymore because we've made so many that you can't get all of them. That is where you need to go back to our roots.
We've made a lot of episodes.
Sure.
Are we going to do something special for 200?
I thought we talked about it. We agreed upon it.
Okay, good.
Strippers and cocaine.
I'm glad we agree. Strippers and cocaine. Very good.
Sarah, you want to come?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Perfect.
You gonna bring the cocaine or the strippers?
I'm gonna snort some ashes.
I'm going to snort some strippers if that's cool.
Hey, I'm not letting you near my dog's box.
Gross.
I would
No,
never.
yeah, I'm at no. What? Oh, yeah.
I like strippers. I do.
Have you been to a strip club before?
I have. Only one. Just Big Al's.
You've only been to one time?
I might have been a couple times.
Yeah.
But I wasn't there to enjoy that part. It was just hanging out with people. Let's move on.
Okay.
That's a weird look.
You have his full attention at this point.
No, I just was curious.
You can follow us in
I
different
want to know what my
forms of,
sister's doing.
It's not your sister. It's my sister, damn it.
It's my kid sister.
910 Pilots 1. Give us a phone call, 910-745-6871. Leave us a voicemail. You're going to get frequent flyer points. If you listen to the show, if you share the show, you are a frequent flyer.
Right.
And you accumulate points for goods and services rendered, all calculated by the 7,000 pound, two of them now, two different machines,
Yeah.
the pachinko machine, and
Did
it
you buy that?
calculates
Did you buy that one?
I do have a small model of a pachinko machine in my home now. Yeah. Pachinko machine in my home.
I was making sure you got it.
Pachinko.
Do you know how much room left?
No, I'm almost at maximum
Where is
capacity.
this couch? I'm still curious.
Listen, guys, my house is small. It's not that small.
You have a beautiful home for a small home.
Mm-hmm.
I have a picture of the house here. I'd be happy to show you guys, and it's got both couches in it.
In the living room, you have both couches?
Yeah.
What'd you do to the recliner?
It's in there too.
Are you?
Is it against the window?
Against the window.
It's on the deck. It's really.
No, that deck's not big enough for a couch.
I got a baby deck. It's pretty well known.
Oh my god.
Go to Patreon, give us your money. We want to have it so we can spend it on just frivolous things. Things that have really no value.
Like 4
or-
sets of good quality headphones.
That's not frivolous, yeah. We
And
More
a
dead
new
man's
double.
iPad.
And a new cradle for my good mic, so I don't feel like I'm in a tunnel.
Sarah, thank you for being on the show. It was a last minute thing, and you really helped us out.
Yeah, no problem.
Did you have fun?
A blast.
What was the worst part about being here?
Talking about dead animals.
Yeah, absolutely. You're
Sure.
absolutely right. That's exactly right. Yeah.
It used to be poop, but I think from now on we're going to talk about dead animals every episode.
And it used to be Blake's molestation. He used to talk about that a lot.
Yeah,
Good
not
God.
so much anymore.
Well,
At least I'm glad we moved on past that.
Well,
Sure.
we're going to get back into it for a second here. He briefly mentioned it a few weeks ago, and his wife had no idea.
I listened back to it today. No idea. That's great.
His own wife doesn't know about his molestation, but he talks about it with a lot of frequency on this show.
No.
There's thousands of people that don't know me.
Oh, mercy.
Hey,
They
it's
know
her fault
enough.
for not listening, right?
Anything you want to plug, Sarah?
Anything I want to plug?
Yeah, you have any projects that you want to promote?
No.
What about your ducks? Do you want to promote duck ownership?
Are they in a row?
Is it a mallard?
Once I get my eggs selling at the store,
Mm-hmm.
we'll promote them.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna call the what do you say his name? Jim Lindsley?
I know both the brothers, the Lindsleys, yeah, and I knew that story about how Lindy's versus Lindsley. It is weird.
Well, you get to hear me learn. Blake, do you have a message of positivity before we go to that?
Siblings are an important part of your life. They're
My life.
cherished. I cherish every moment that I'm with Sarah. And
not your sister.
My brother Jason.
Not your brother.
And that's it. I have a good time.
You have your own brother. His name is Chadwick.
Oh, he did a great job. This weekend he watched the house. Obviously he didn't have to walk the dog because she's dead. But he watched the kid for one night. The kid survived. And then we came home. The house was vacuumed. Everything in this house was spotless. And he didn't have to do that.
He may be a social delinquent, but he's a good man.
Oh, he's a good housekeeper for sure.
I asked one of my brothers once, not that one, to watch my house for me. I'd say I'd pay him, and he could be in my house and take care of my animals. And he said, hell no.
Really? Because of your standards or his laziness?
Because
he knew he would fail. He knew
because
he would
I
fail.
have some animals to take care of.
9 chickens and 2 ducks.
No. 2 cats, 2 dogs, 9 chickens. How many ducks?
2 ducks, just
Yeah.
But they're not that hard, really.
It's Kevin.
It was Kevin, and he was just like, and actually, it was when I had my old dog.
Happy birthday, Kevin. We're recording on his birthday.
Oh.
He refused to be here.
He's like, I had better things to do on my birthday.
I guess.
Apparently.
Oh, well.
Happy birthday 2 weeks ago.
He's 29.
Wow.
To your baby brother.
Yeah. He's not his brother.
I should have known my own brother's birthday.
He's not my brother.
Okay.
I should have known my brother's
No.
Let's call your mom. Let's ask her.
No, she's sleeping. She's a saint. She's my mom.
She's praying right
I want to ask her about the Lord's Prayer, like how the Pope changed it.
I feel like we had a lot of time to like look it up and talk about it in the show, but instead we turned it into the Pledge of Allegiance. This pilot may have been rough, but it's always a smooth flight here on Couch Pilots. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.
Love you guys.
On behalf of Couch Pilots and the entire crew, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Have a nice day.